Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of this channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 101, part 2 on the N.A.R.C.N network, and this is actually an addendum episode related to episode 44, which I did earlier this year, which is entitled Why I Believed My Person Had or Has Narcissistic Personality Disorder. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue on from part 1 here, and we're going to talk about some of the related things that are actually found within A.S.P.D, within schema's condition, within borderline personality disorder, within dissociative disorder, and within narcissistic personality disorder. So we're just going to go into those particular points as a continuation of part 1 here. So number 2 thing that is present in all of these disorders is usually, or more commonly, the presence of anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder is present in A.S.P.D, in schema's condition sufferers, as well as in bipolar disorder, in bipolar borderline disorder, in dissociative disorder, and in narcissistic personality disorder. It's prevalent and clear right across the board in all of these conditions, which are currently also under intense study in the psychiatric community. The presence of some types of conductivity disorder are also part of some forms of A.S.P.D, borderline disorder, bipolar disorder, N.P.D disorder, and some other affected conditions. But they are actually present in lesser levels in schema's condition or schema's disorder. That is the actual condition that suffers the least from some of these particular things, whereas it affects the other disorders much more prevalently here. Conductivity disorder, again, by its nature, has some of its roots in the instability caused by neglect and abuse in the formative years, but also by the effective conditioning of the individual in those formative times over the evolutionary cycle or evolutionary life cycle of that sufferer. Instability of the structure of evolution in any individual can present as an anxiety state in both children and adults, and is often also one of the common associated states or disorders existing along with all the aforementioned disorders in patients with these psychiatric conditions. Now, with all these disorders sharing common overlapping traits and behaviors, it is no wonder that it becomes so hard to distinguish what may be actually going on in the mind of any particular patient, let alone be sure you have made the proper diagnosis of any patient's condition. So after a lot of close ongoing examination of my narcissist behaviors and the things they presented to me, it is possible that they indeed may not be suffering just from some form of narcissistic personality disorder, but from perhaps some other closely associated disorders or conditions sharing the same criteria as narcissistic personality disorder. Because I have found indicators that make this possible, as in explanation for their states of being with me during my time with my involvement with them. In closing, I am still actively researching the experience with my narcissist to continue to further understand things for my personal reasons. I may never fully know what was truly up with my narcissist, but this journey of understanding is one of learning about narcissistic personality disorder and learning about all of its related disorders for the betterment of myself and to help others on the N.A.R.C.N network. So just in closing here, I would just like to say that when I did all my research over the past couple of years, I did at the beginning determine that the people I was dealing with that were dealing with me those individuals could have indeed been demonstrating narcissistic personality disorder on different levels. But they could have also been demonstrating elements of ASPD, of bipolar disorder, of bipolar borderline disorder, of schema's condition, and a number of other disorders here, including, of course, the anxiety disorder and many others. Sometimes it's extremely hard to distinguish here, and as I'm going through this learning process, learning about all of the related disorders that are related to NPD, I'm learning that there can be a great many other things that carry along with this disorder, and that indeed the people that I was dealing with may not have actually had NPD disorder. Now, I am not saying that my narcissists don't have NPD disorder, because they do demonstrate a massive amount of elements of this. And I do believe that at least one of my people that I was dealing with, in a relationship with, does actually have NPD disorder. But my investigations, as I'm saying here, are ongoing, and I'm trying to understand all the elements that may be related to this to give me a much clearer picture of what I'm dealing with the people that I've dealt with in my life who I may have thought had narcissistic personality disorder. So just here in closing, I'm going to say to you guys, I hope this helped out you guys just a little bit information-wise. It gave me a little bit of a thing here to speak about, the fact that I've come across some other information here in my research that may indicate that the people I was dealing with may not just have NPD, or may not have NPD at all, and may be suffering from some other conditions. You guys out there, you may be dealing with a narcissist in your life. It pays to go research some of these other conditions up, because like I said, a lot of them share the same elements as narcissistic personality disorder, and there is a lot of overlap between them that makes them very confusing for even really, really exceptional professional psychologists to determine sometimes what's going on with these patients. So there's a lot of research to be done and a lot to understand within these disorders. If this interests you, go out there and look for the information. It will give you a clearer view of what may be going on with the people you're dealing with. But you do not have to do this either. If you're not interested in why your people are the way that they are, then you don't need to research this at all. There's no necessity to do this. The best thing to do is, if you're dealing with anybody in your life who is affecting you in any negative, adverse way, who could be a narcissist or suffer from any other disorder here that's presenting to you in a negative way, cut the person out of your life. Just get rid of them if you can. Don't deal with them anymore, and that may be the end of your problems with them entirely. And it may be just as simple a thing to do just as that, just to take care of this problem. So I'm going to say to you guys, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to be coming up here on the N.A.R.C.N network with some other new content shortly. I hope you guys stay tuned, and I'll catch you really, really soon in some upcoming episodes. Have a great day.